اللي نسعى إلى نشر هذه التجارب بين زملائنا العراقيين وزملائنا اللي من غير دول. Okay, so my dear colleagues, dentists and dental students from everywhere, today in our live session, we will be speaking about the challenges and the perspectives of the young dentists, especially post-graduation. Today we are proudly hosting Dr. Ritul Agarwal. Dr. Ritul is a specialist implantologist from Mediclinic in Dubai Mall. We are hosting today Dr. Ritul Agarwal to tell the young dentists what should they do to be special in their work, especially in a world which has many challenges and many dentists which need more competition for that. So now I'm giving the mic for the startup award for Dr. Ritul. Dr. Ritul, mic is yours.
Thanks a lot. Thank you, Abdulla. Thank you. I'll just share my screen, and nothing much to show today, but we'll still kind of, have some stuff going on.
Okay.
So, yep. Cool. So I think we're going to keep it as a discussion, and I'm not going to be a life coach, or I'm not going to tell you what to do and what not to do, but I'll just kind of make you aware with the reality right now, and just to kind of make up your mind regarding some stuff and how you can improve in what you are doing, or what you would really want from your life. So, Dr. Abdulla has already introduced me quite a bit, but just to kind of take you through again, sorry, why is my thing not working well? All right, so I'm Dr. Ritul Agarwal, and I'm a prosthodontist and an implantologist. I've been working in Dubai since 2012, and right now I'm working with Mediclinic in Dubai Mall since 5 years now. I'm a member of the Royal College of Surgeons, Edinburgh, in Speciality of Prosthodontics, which I gave the exam in 2011. 2017, I got the fellowship, and 2018, I became the examiner for the same exam that I gave in 2011. So it's been quite a journey, and ups and downs, takes time, patience, and a lot of effort to kind of reach. And still, there's a long journey to go ahead. I'm just 37, so a lot of things to learn and a lot of things to still push myself to do, and that's what is required. Once you are in this field. This is where I work. This is the practice where I work, a small room in this fantastic looking place, but where I'm working 5 days a week. And my association with the Royal College of Surgeons, I've already told. I'm an examiner now. So this is the age difference that you can probably see between me and the other examiners. But, some things happen for some people a little soon, some take time. So, but that everybody has to reach the same destination. So, we're going to keep it like a small discussion, and I would give the mic to Dr. Abdulla to ask me some questions, and we're going to answer them and see if I can be of any help to you during this 40 minutes of discussion.
Okay, so doctor, when I told the participants or our followers that we will have a discussion about post-graduation, the most common question or the most common topic that I had been receiving from the colleagues, it was, I finished the school with an average level, not too good or not in high grades, or I don't think that I'm much qualified to compete with others. I'm now directly graduated. I have this kind of fear. So is this related? If I was not too good in the school, is this mean that I will not be a good dentist, or I will not be a special dentist to be able to compete? What can you say about this point?
All right. So, it's a very good question in terms of what everybody feels these days. Being a specialist also, I feel because of the competition, because of the saturation that, in the field it is there. And after your graduate school, nobody is born with skills, right? There might be 1 or 2 people in the batch who are like really good with their work, but 99% of the people in the batch or in the dental school are learning. So, it's a learned skill. So anybody who's not good or whoever feels underconfident after their undergraduation, I feel shouldn't be disheartened, because it's a skill. The more you do it, the better you get at it. So doing courses, keeping yourself updated, or probably doing masters in the field of your choice, it's a really good. I'm always for masters. So I'm the kind of person who will always push you to do masters in your choice of subject, whether it is oral surgery, whether it is prostho, whether it is perio, whatever you like. Because don't do something just because you think it has got a good scope. So like you might think that prostho has a good scope, but you might not like working with plaster, or you don't like working with, old people. It's not your cup of tea. I mean, I'm not saying prostho is just for old people, but I'm just telling you, I mean, giving you a rough idea. Some people just don't like to, work with blood. They want a clean field of work. So ortho might be a good choice, but ortho is saturated again. So you might be thinking, I mean, it's a boat that you will have to take ultimately based on what you like. And I mean, I don't think you should be disheartened about you being a good or an average student. Everybody is average at a certain age. I mean, nobody at the end of graduate school can do probably a full mouth rehabilitation. I mean, to do a full mouth rehabilitation, whether you are good, you are average, or even you are like the best, you still can make mistakes. So, I mean, those who are probably feeling a little low about not being very good, I would not say that, you should give up, or I mean, just about trying hard. So the more you give your time to it, the more you learn, the more you, I mean, look to other people, you do the courses. I mean, again, courses also, there are a lot of courses which are not great. Some of them are, you might spend like 10,000 dirhams on a course, but you might just get 5 points out of it. But those 5 points are going to help you really a lot. So it all depends, I mean, how much you really want to grow in that field.
Okay, doctor, now there's like a controversial question, whether is the academic marks is an evaluation, or it is a meter for the success in the clinical level,
Not really,
or it's not?
See, I'll tell you a very frank thing. People who have like really good grades in school would be looking for food to eat, and people who are probably backbenchers or failures in the class, they might be like really successful in life. So again, dentistry is not just about you being able to cut a very good cavity and fill it. Dentistry is all about how you talk to patients, how you can sell yourself, how you can put yourself out there, how much stress you can handle. You might be extremely good, but you might be very bad in handling stress. I mean, it's a stressful profession at the end of the day. Patients are getting demanding, the work is getting stressful. You're not getting enough paid for your skills. You have invested a lot of time, money, it's your passion, and at the end of the day, you don't really get the return out of it. So the ability to handle stress, how you can convince your patient, how much you can connect to people, that all is much more important than getting good. I mean, I'm not saying that you start failing in your college, but I mean,
sure.
being an average student I mean, the marks are never a judgment of how good a person is. So I
yes,
mean,
sorry for interrupting, but this is a very important point. Some people think that this is the only situation in Iraq, because kind of situation. So it is everywhere that your mark in the academic education is not an indicator that you will be a failure or a successful.
It's just a part of your education. I mean, you should always strive to do good. You should always strive to get good marks. But even if you like a 10 marks less than the person who has stopped, doesn't make a difference. I mean, 10 years down the line, nobody's gonna check your mark sheet.
Okay, doctor, I just gonna spend a few moments to explain this in Arabic, because this is a very important point.
Yeah.
Just a few seconds. Okay. سألت الدكتور عن شنو رأيه بموضوع انه انت كطبيب اسنان خلصت الكليه او انهيت الجامعه بمستوى معتدل، بمستوى مثلا درجات بسيطه او درجات متواضعه. شنو تاثير هذا الشيء على حياتك ما بعد التخرج؟ شنو تاثير هذا الشيء على حياتك كطبيب اسنان بالمستقبل؟ وجهه نظر الدكتور انه التعليم الاكاديمي والدرجات هي جزء من العمليه ومن عمليه نجاحك، ولكن اكو معايير ثانيه اخرى، فمو شرط ابدا او لا تعتبر هذا الشيء مقياس. يقول انه من بعض الاشخاص اللي هم حاليا من انجح اطباء اسنان بالعالم كان مستواهم الدراسي متوسط، وبعض الاطباء اللي ما قدروا يحققوا النجاح كانوا متفوقين بالجامعه. Okay, doctor. So I think this point had been covered. Let's talk to another point. Speaking more specific in post-graduation. Now I finished my school, and this is happening with our fresh graduates. I got my PTS. What kind of education that you suggest more? It is the academic one or the non-academic. Non-academic, I mean the continuing educational programs, or the academic one. For example, I don't have the chance to have a master's degree. What do you think will be the most suitable way to develop my skills, my abilities as a fresh dentist?
All right, I'll kind of diverge a little bit from dentistry here. All right, because it is
Of
very
course.
important for everybody to know this. I mean, when we were told to choose dentistry as a subject, how old are you, Abdullah, right now? If you don't
Sorry,
mind me asking, how old are you right now?
I'm 25. 25.
25. Yeah. So when you probably started your school, you were around 18, right? Around 17 or
Yes,
18. Yeah.
18 to
So
19. I had a 1 year delay. I had a
okay.
1
So
year
I
delay.
mean, I'll keep it as 18. All right. So I'll keep it as 18,
Okay.
right? And which is probably
Okay.
not even the legal age for drinking in most of the world, right? So when the government thinks you are not mature enough to kind of consume alcohol or do stuff that adults can do, I mean, I feel that there might be few people who might start feeling that they don't like dentistry as such. You know, during those 5 years of training, there are a bunch of people who feel that dentistry is not, what they really like, but they feel pressurized that, now that we have done this, I mean, there is no way out. See, I mean, you can do masters, fantastic option. All right, you do masters wherever you want to do from. It doesn't matter. At the end of the day, it's those 3 years that you're gonna invest into one particular thing that is going to make the difference. If you can't do masters, I mean, I would suggest you to kind of learn life skills more than dentistry, because those are the things that are going to help you more, how to cope up with stress. I mean, of course, you're going to do courses in dentistry, that's automatically you are doing. But more than that, I would still suggest you to learn, you know, basic other skills in dentistry. So you might just go for doing a 2-day veneer course is good. But what's the point of doing that course if you can't just go back and work on cases like that? Ultimately, you're going to forget that. You do a really good full mouth rehabilitation course, 5-day, fantastic. You pay $4,000. You think you have learned a lot, but when you're going to go back to your clinic or the practice, you will not get a case like that. You will remember it for 5 days, 6 days, 10 days. That's all. I mean, that's all the mind can remember after doing a course of 5 days or 10 days or 1 month or a module like that. So my suggestion for people who kind of feel that dentistry is not their cup of tea, consider these 4 or 5 years as your basic graduation. I understand you might be thinking he's dentist, he's doing good. I mean, see, I took dentistry because I wanted to be a dentist. There are a lot of people who take dentistry because they wanted to be a doctor, but they cannot get into MBBS and they take BDS. And there are some people who just take BDS because the parents wanted to do, you wanted them to be a doctor or something like that. So I would not suggest everybody to just pursue dentistry just because they have done BDS. I mean, it's a passion that you have to follow. You'll have to invest a lot of time, a lot of money, a lot of, sleepless nights, stressful days. And I mean, then only you can kind of reach at a level where you can work nicely. Even me being at this stage, life is stressful. I mean, my wife is an orthodontist, life is stressful. So it's not like you are going to ever be stress free. It's never a mountain that you can climb completely. The more you climb, the taller the mountain becomes. All right. So, I mean, masters number one. If you can't do masters, do some good courses, find some good speakers, spend some time. There's also an option of doing internship if you follow some good people on Instagram, you might just drop a message or LinkedIn, that, can we come and observe you in the clinic? So there are some people who might allow, they have their own clinics. They might just say, okay, drop by, you can go to their clinics. You can, connect some strings here and there, watch them, how they are working and learn. So it's not just masters, but masters is always number one for me. Number two, courses and regular patient work. And number three, you can choose to leave dentistry as a career and kind of do something else which you really like. Your parents, your family, your relatives, everybody is going to tell you that you are thinking wrong, but eventually it's you who's going to live this life, and you need to do what you like. So it might waste 2-3 years of your life, but then it's really worth it, I feel.
Okay, Doctor, just gonna to clear out these points in Arabic because I will gonna highlight it in a few seconds.
Yeah.
Okay. اوكي دكتور. طبعا الدكتور تطرق الى موضوع جدا مهم اللي هو موضوع التعليم لما بعد التخرج. دكتور ريتول يقول انت شنو الفائده انه انت تاخذ كورس. طبعا بالمناسبه يعني بس للتوضيح انه بعض من زملائنا بالمراحل الدراسيه الاولى بكليات طب الاسنان ممكن ان يواجهون مشكله باللغه الانجليزيه، لذلك احنا نحاول نعطي نبذه عن الامور اللي تنطرح. دكتور ريتول يقول شنو الفائده انه انت تدخل كورس ب 4000 او 5000 دولار وانت اصلا ما راح يجيك البيشنت اللي راح تطبق عليه هذا الكورس. لذلك الاستثمار لازم يكون بمجالين، ان تستثمر بنفسك بمهاراتك الحياتيه، وبنفس الوقت تستثمر بمجال طب الاسنان، انه تقوي نفسك في مجال الكورسات الفينيرز او الكومبوزيت او ما شابه. اتطرق الى هذه النقطتين، والدكتور يطرح الى نقطه يقول الاولويه هي الماستر. يقول في وسط هذا التطور في مجال طب الاسنان يجب ان تكون طبيب اسنان مختص في مجال معين. جزء اساسي من نجاحك ان يكون هذا الموضوع، واذا ما قدرت تحقق الماستر فيكون الخيار الثاني هو التعليم المستمر اللي هو في مجالات واسعه اللي راح نتطرق لها خلال اليوم ان شاء الله. Okay, doctor. So now I just going to move to another point, which
Yes.
is very, very popular in Iraq, especially in this time, which is immigration. As a young dentist who just recently graduated, many of my colleagues are thinking of working abroad. So, in general, what can you tell a young dentist who has just recently graduated? When is the suitable time for him to immigrate or to work in abroad, in countries, maybe in Gulf countries or in Europe? What is your general advice into this topic? And we will go deeper in this point.
All right. So my advice is, see, the regulations, I have no idea about your degree. I mean, the dental degree of Iraq, where all it is recognized. So I'm not going to go into that. I'm just going to talk about a little bit of difficulties that you might face when you kind of make the decision of moving abroad. All right. So one, of course, you're leaving your home country. You're going to leave your everything behind, and you're going to start a new life. At 22, 23, it might be a little difficult, but it's not impossible. It depends if where you really want to move. Just thinking that you're going to move abroad and get a job easily, it's not easy. I mean, that I can tell you, getting a job is not easy, okay, because the saturation is super high. I mean, people are ready to work for free. There are a lot of people who have to come to Middle East countries or, any country in the world because of this family situation. So they have to ultimately, they'll work for anything because they really want to just work. And if you are planning to move abroad, you move abroad to study initially, and then you can work. That's a better idea than just moving abroad immediately to practice after your graduation. Because, again, the first question itself, that most of the people feel little underconfident after your graduation. You are not really confident in doing cases. You are not really, up to date with materials. You're not up to date with technology. First, you need to build yourself a little bit, make your CV a little stronger. What are you going to write in your CV? Presented a poster on something in college, but does that matter in job? No. But what will matter in the job is when you have your CV, which is a little impressive. You have some good education, you have got some good clinical skills, you can demonstrate some of your work by cases, you take records, all that matters. So my idea would be to have your CV built a little bit before you look for a job, or else you go to the US, you go to the UK, and follow the protocol of either education, you go into masters, or you're going to go into MPH or whatever it is, and then slowly build up your career in that country. But immediately after graduation, I think it might be a very tough decision to move anywhere else. I know it's not easy, but that's what the reality is right now.
Okay, just for a few seconds for clarification. طبعا هذا الأهم موضوع، اللي أكثر موضوع اللي يندرج بالجروبات الطبية وبجروبات أطباء الأسنان. إذا أشوف رأيي أنا شخصيا، شفت رأي أكثر من أطباء أسنان شبابي يقول لك أنا أطمح للهجرة. دكتور ريتول بتجربته يقول انه هذا الموضوع غير مناسب لبعد التخرج. يقول بالنهايه انت تحت هذه التجارب، ومثلا طرح امثله اللي هي الولايات المتحده او المملكه المتحده، انت حتى اذا قدرت انه تتم اجراءات المعادله فانت فرصه ان تحصل على عمل راح تكون ضيقه جدا. ليش؟ انت شنو السي في مالتك؟ شنو اللي راح تقدمه؟ فكتجربه شخصيه وكنصيحه من احد الامثله اللي شخصيا في منصتنا وكراي شخصي شفناها ناجحه بهذا الموضوع، اللي هو دكتور ريتول، انه يجب انه تاجل هذا الموضوع الى ان يكون عندك فرصه ان تقدم سي في او تقدم مؤهلات قويه. النقطه الثانيه اللي طرحها الدكتور هي انه ممكن انه انت تفكر بالدراسه خارجا، اللي تكون المرحله الاولى من عملك خارج العراق. يعني انت ممكن انه تهاجر للدراسه، هذا الخيار هو اللي راح يحقق لك نجاح مهني اكثر مما انه انت مجرد ما بعد تخرجك ممكن تهاجر. Okay, doctor. So now I will speak to another topic, which I will speak about another topic. Recently, in the last 2 or 3 years, there was a new term in Iraq. It has been recently entered the Iraqi dental market, which is the Royal College of Surgeons. Now we have courses in Iraq about the Royal College of Surgeons. Some people hold organized courses for to be prepared for the exam for thousands of dollars. But to be honest with you, some people consider it as a way of marketing yourself as a dentist. Now, oh, I am a member of the Royal College of Surgeons, but most of the fresh graduates, they don't have enough information about this topic or about this term. So, and by the way, for myself, I heard that there are many colleges and many types of involvement as a young dentist. Can you speak a little bit about what is Royal College of Surgeons and how to be involved in this topic or in this place or organization? And as a dentist, is it only about marketing myself? Now I am a member or I'm a fellow of this college, or what? What is the benefit of a dentist of joining the Royal College of Surgeons?
All right. So for an undergraduation, I mean, I'll tell you a very basic thing. Being an examiner, I know the exams are not difficult. So, I mean, whoever asks me who wants to attend a coaching or wants to pay thousands of dollars to learn something about, I don't think you really need a coaching for this exam. I mean, I have given the specialty exam. I have a very little idea about the MFDS, but MFDS is the exam that general dentists give. And it is two-part exams. Part one is theory and part two has got OSCEs and part two has got, stations. We're going to ask some questions and there is no mannequin work like in the registration exam. So it's mainly oral exam, part two, and part one is just Abdullah, somebody's annotating on the screen. Can you?
Yes.
Somebody's writing
yes,
on the
of course.
screen. Yeah.
Yes, just a second. No. Okay.
Yes, thank you. So, so the exam is not difficult per se. If you read through the regulations of the exam, they are kind of very clear. Yeah. And giving this exam is not just about marketing yourself. Of course, it looks good on your CV. I mean, once you have a UK qualification added to your name, it kind of gives your CV a little weight. It might not, like I always say, it might not open jobs for you, but if a job is open and two people are there at the door, if you have the Royal College degree with you, it might push you through, right? So, I mean, giving the exam is not difficult. So I would not suggest you to spend like thousands of dollars on it. Secondly, I don't think there is any official coaching, ideally official coaching by the Royal College of Surgeons doing these kind of coachings. Okay, so and there are not anybody who can give you past papers. Okay, so whoever gives you past papers, they are just questions remembered by candidates who they kind of write immediately after the exam and they are out there. So the exam is not tough. It needs a bit of preparation, but it is not tough. Everybody can give that exam. Everybody should give that exam. Even if you don't clear in the first attempt, I am pretty sure you're going to clear it in the second attempt. Because in the second attempt, you will have a full knowledge of what exactly is expected out of you. So again, give that exam. It's a fantastic experience. It of course adds weight to your CV. And if somebody, that's what I told you. I mean, if there is a job, you might be selected. Don't give this exam expecting any benefit out of it. So don't think that, oh, I'm spending £1,000 for the exam. As soon as I clear it, there will be 10 jobs opening for me. I mean, that's not going to happen. When I gave the exam because my guide wanted me to give that exam. And she said, Ritul, I think you can give that exam. You have the cases ready. Just go and give it. I had no idea about the exam when I went to give the exam in 2011. There were people who were attempting second time, third attempt, and out of 14, 3 cleared, and I was one of them. So it's seriously not about how much you prepare, how much you kind of read less, but read to the point. So try to find out from the people who have given MFDS about what exactly to read. If you want, I can find out. I can look for somebody who can help you out in that. But and the main advantage of giving these membership exams is you get a library access. So the moment you clear the membership exam, you are kind of given an access to a library, which has all the journals almost till 2021. So most of the journals you get access to in your membership fees. You don't have to really pay extra for that. So as a specialist or even as a general dentist, that gives me quite a lot of literature to read. So that's one of the biggest advantage I feel to, be part of the, and plus, I mean, people look at you with respect. And once you have a UK degree or a US degree, the respect that you get is slightly better than if you don't have it. So give it. I mean, there's no harm in giving the exam. It's just an exam, It's like any other
Okay,
exam.
so what is the difference between the different Royal College? Now we hear that there's one in England, I think, Royal College, and one in Scotland.
There is Glasgow, there is Edinburgh, there is Scotland, there is Ireland. There are 4 colleges, I think. Yeah, not much of a difference, just a degree. Choose any college you like.
For example, anyone has each one of them has a different exam or a different process, or you get a membership for all?
There might be a little difference. So like the membership in Prosto exam for the Edinburgh College, they have short answers in written. Whereas for the England one, they have long answers, like an essay answer that you have to write. So there are like slight differences between the exams, but eventually what you're gonna get is like MPros, and in the end it will be RCS ED or RCS ENG or RCS Glasgow. You can write whichever college you give the exam for. But it doesn't really, but the Royal College of Surgeons, Edinburgh has got its own, because it's, I think, the oldest Royal College, if I'm not wrong. It might be, I might be wrong on this.
So if you had been asked to give a suggestion or a recommendation, which one that you prefer that the dentist will go to have the exam?
I have Edinburgh everything, so I'll always be for Edinburgh. And
okay.
And also, I mean, if you clear that exam, you are invited for a ceremony. You have to go. You can go to Edinburgh, collect your degree. On the day of collection, your name is printed in the newspaper. I have that newspaper cutting with me of, your name will be printed in the UK newspapers. I mean, these are small things which kind of, make you happy, if nothing else.
Yes. So another question, is the certificate that, or what you can call it, the degree that they give, is it academic one? For example, when you finish the membership or the fellowship, do you get a degree, an academic degree, or what? Or just a membership?
It's a degree certificate which says diploma in membership in prosthodontics. So everybody knows it, right? So everybody knows it's an exam that you have to clear. So I mean, if anybody knows about these things, they know that you get this by clearing an exam and not by studying for 3 years.
Oh, okay. So will this point has an advantage in recognition your degree? If I want to get my degree recognized in another country, for example, in UK, if I have the Royal College membership, will this make the process shorter?
I mean, if you have a specialty degree, then you might be easy to register into the specialist, register. But you will still have to either give ORE or LDS. I don't know about Iraq. I'm talking about as an Indian. As an Indian, I will have to give ORE or LDS to work in UK. So whichever membership Royal College you have, it doesn't have any benefit in registering in UK. You will still have, there is no exemption, there is nothing. So you still have to give all the exams.
Okay, I will just spend a few seconds clarifying these points. حاليا تحدثنا على موضوع كلية الجراحين الملكية. هذا الموضوع شائع بفترة كبيرة بالعراق صار له مدة. الدكتور تحدث عن فوائد العضوية. من أهم فوائد العضوية إنه أنت تعطيك أكسس على مكتبة ضخمة جدا من الكتب والمصادر الخاصة بطب الأسنان. الشهادة اللي تنمنح هي شهادة الدبلومة والعضوية في كلية الجراحين الملكية. طبعا هو حسب ما وضح لنا الدكتور انه اكو 4 كليات جراحين ملكيه، وواحده من عندهن اللي هي في ادنبرا في اسكتلندا. بعد نهايه العضويه مالتك او بعد حصولك على العضويه يتم دعوتك الى اسكتلندا لخوض يعني احتفاليه او تسليم الشهاده الخاصه بك. الدكتور ينصح بهذه الكليه، يقول يعني اذا حصلتوا فرصه انه تكونون ممبرز فتكونون بالرويال كوليدج اوف سكوتلاند اللي هي بادنبرا. ووضح انه الامتحان سهل، يقول انه هذه تجربه لازم كل اطباء الاسنان يخوضوها، الامتحان سهل جدا، وياكد لك انه انت اذا ما نجحت بالامتحان باول مرحله راح تنجح به بالمرحله الثانيه بشكل اكيد. فيشجع على هذه التجربه بشكل كبير. يقول انه قد يعني البعض يطرح انه هذا الموضوع ممكن يخليك تعادل شهادتك او شيء، يقول لا، ماكو اي علاقه او ما يسهل لك اي عمليه المعادله للشهاده خصوصا في بريطانيا، لكن هي تبقى ادفانتج، هي نقطه اضافيه تضيفها بالسي في مالتك. وحسب ما وضح لنا الدكتور انه بالفتره الجايه راح نستضيف احد عن طريق الدكتور اللي راح يوضح لنا اكثر عن الرويال كوليدج اوف سيرجنز. Okay, doctor, I just now in the live session I received a question from Dr. Ala Fuad. Okay, she's asking you, doctor, what is the main point in a strong dentist CV? If I want to, now I have a clear CV, I just a fresh graduate, what do you think will be the most highlighted points or the most important points that should a CV have for a fresh graduate? What should we build on, or what should we work?
Unfortunately, the answer is experience. I mean, that's what is kind of adds a maximum weight to a CV. Yeah, but I mean, see, you can hire somebody, professional CV writer, that makes a difference. You know, you're gonna pay some extra bucks, but if your CV looks good, I mean, once you prepare your CV, you might just type it on a, you know, plain A4 sheet, just write whatever you have done. But if you have a CV which is concise, you know, in one crisp, one single sheet of paper, looking good, you know, spend some money on getting a portrait photo shoot done, you know, have a nice picture of yours on the top. I mean, all these things matter more. It's about how you sell yourself. So it's about how you look, how you dress, how you kind of put yourself out in the market for people to know. Skills, of course, everybody need. I'm not saying you can be a bad dentist and you do all this and get a good job. I mean, you have to be good. You have to have been through like some really good courses. If you really want to have your CV, you know, you do a course which is like recognized everywhere. People know that person, you know, the person you're going to have a job. Oh, you have done a course under him. All right. So then that all adds value to your thing. But eventually it is luck. It is experience. It is being at the right place at the right time. You know, you might be the best dentist, you know, with the best CV, and somebody who's like nothing might be at the right position at the right time and get the job. So CV can look good if you spend a little money on it. I mean, find a good CV writer and a good portrait shoot of yourself for the beginning.
اوكي آلاء فؤاد، بالنسبه لسؤالك الجواب يقول بشكل مؤسف اجاوبك بانه النقطه الاهم هي الخبره. الوزن الاكبر للسي في هي باحتواء على الخبره الاكبر، وبنفس الوقت نشجع على موضوع انه انت تستعين باشخاص محترفين في كتابه السي في. شكل السي في قد يعني البعض يقول لا ما ياثر، لكن حسب تجربه الدكتور انه شكل السي في وصياغه المحتوى هي شيء مؤثر جدا بالتقبل مال الشخص المقابل او صاحب الوظيفه. لذلك النقطتين الاهم هي ان يكون السي في بشكل جميل ومصاغ بطريقه جيده، وبنفس الوقت الخبره. فجواب سؤالك هو انه الاكسبيرينس هي النقطه الاهم حتى تبني سي في قوي.
Also, I would like to say that you should be really, I mean, also I would like to say be active on LinkedIn. You know, your LinkedIn profile picture shouldn't look like your Facebook profile picture. It's a difference, right? You cannot put your laughing party photo on your LinkedIn profile. I mean, the LinkedIn profile picture has to be professional. I've seen so many people having a LinkedIn profile picture which looks like a Facebook account. I mean, and people don't realize all that. You know, LinkedIn account has to be, again, very crisp. You need to write everything that you know. Ask some of the friends, your colleagues, your teachers to write some recommendations for you. I mean, do all that, because right now, I mean, there's a last question Dr. Rayam asked me. I'm going to answer in the end about social media. But I'm generally saying that, you know, your LinkedIn profile needs to be at the top of the game. You need to update it almost every day, connect to people, connect to, you know, people who can be of help. I mean, out of 100 people that you connect, 99 will not help you. But there's going to be one person who's going to help you, maybe solve one of your query. I mean, I've seen so many people coming to me and messaging me on Instagram that, you know, at least I reply. There are many people who would not even like reply to your query. Same happened with me when I gave my membership exam. I would have sent a message to around 15-20 people. None of them replied. None of them. So I had went to the exam just knowing what I know. So, you know, you try to connect to people. I mean, it's all about connecting to the right person again.
اوكي دكتور، هذه نقطه كلش مهمه. الدكتور يقول انه اول شيء لازم انه من يعني تبدي تنتشر موضوع انه العنايه بحسابك باللينكد ان. اللينكد ان هي الوسيله الاحترافيه بتوضيح سيرتك المهنيه. ويقول it's all about connections. كونكتنج، تواصل، خلي يكون عندك حسابك التواصل الاجتماعي احترافي، وحاول ان تتواصل ويا العديد من الشخصيات اللي لها علاقه بطب الاسنان او المعروفه بهذا المجال. يقول هي الفكره ان تعرف الشخص المناسب بالوقت المناسب، بالاضافه الى السي في الناجح مالتك. فانه السوشيال ميديا وبالذات اللينكد ان هي وسيله ناجحه يعني بقوه لايضاح السي في مالتك. Okay, doctor. Now I received another question from Dr. Zahra. She's a final year student in University of Basra. She's saying, my question to Dr. Ritul, do you think it is correct to start studying the required specialization or the specialty immediately after graduation, or going to practical training or reading books? meaning that I am familiar with the information before studying the specialization or the specialty?
Again, it has like both pros and cons. So if you practice, you get a little bit of idea about the subject that you like. You might not be able to decide in internship what you really like. Okay. But again, when you work after your graduation, you might not get a very good job. You might not be able to work well. It might depress you a little bit as well. You will be going to learn, but eventually, why would anybody give their patients to a fresh graduate? I mean, if it was my clinic, a fresh graduate comes to me asking for a job, I might hire them, but I might not give them the best of my patients or good work. I might just, and again, it's not bad, I'm not against that. The maximum that I have learned is by holding the suction. When you hold the suction for somebody who's working good, you learn a lot. Okay, so I mean, if anybody's asking you to hold the suction, don't feel bad about it. I mean, the moment you hold the suction for someone, you are having the best view possible of that procedure. So I mean, no work is small that ways. uh, I would suggest masters immediately after your graduation, so you save some time in your career. The drawback of that is you might choose a branch which you might not like later. So the moment you work for like 6 months, you might be able to better choose on a branch which you really would want to invest money and time into.
اوكي زهراء، بالنسبه للسؤال مالتك الجواب انه انت كتدريب طبعا موضوع كلش مهم. يقول لا تعتبر اي عمل صغير، يقول افضل تدريب ممكن تحصله انه انت تلزم السكشن لطبيب او السكر، يعني بتوضيح ثاني لطبيب ممتاز او طبيب جيد. بهذه الطريقه انت راح تحصل على افضل موقع انه تشاهد به البروسيجر اللي يقوم بها الطبيب. بيقول ولكن موضوع التدريب هو مو شيء سهل، ومو شيء سهل انه تحصل التدريب الكافي. لذلك الطبيب ينصح، او الدكتور ريتول يقول يعني نصيحته لك انه اذا جتي الفرصه المناسبه ان تدرس الماستر مباشره. يعني يقول هو اوكي التدريب مو فشي قليل، لكن فرصتك انه تحصل تدريب جيد وانت يعني توك متخرج، مو مثل ما تكون عندك ماستر ديجري. ومثل ما وضح الدكتور بالسيشن اليوم انه الماستر هي شيء جدا اساسي لطب الاسنان الحديث، لذلك هي مهمه جدا، فيفضل انه مباشره بعد التخرج. Okay, doctor. So now I will be moving to Dr. Riyam. She will be asking you about the social media and how to promote or how to sell yourself as a dentist. Okay, I will be giving her the mic now. دكتور ريان تسمعيني؟
Yes.
دكتور ريان؟ Okay. So now, okay, now you have the mic. You can ask your questions. Okay, I think we can hear you and we are seeing you very well. So you can move on with the questions.
Hi, doctor. We are so happy for having you today with us.
First time I'm seeing you, I think. So it's nice to see you. Tell me, please. Ask the questions and I'm ready to answer.
Okay, my topic for today is about social media marketing.
Okay.
Okay, I have some questions about the topic. Yes. So the first one, what do you think about dental social media and its important thing or not to be a successful dentist?
All right. So, I mean, social media, everybody knows is 80% or 90% fake. All right. So, I mean, I am not against social media marketing, but I'm against looking at it every second of your life. Okay. Because the more you kind of look into it, I mean, I can edit a picture in front of you in 5 minutes and make an ugly looking procedure like beautiful. It will take 5 minutes for me to turn an ugly composite into a beautiful looking composite. I'm not saying everybody does that, but some people are there who do that. And, it can have a detrimental effect on your head because you start looking at only the success of everybody. You don't realize that one case that has been posted is carrying a burden of 20 poor cases. What it takes to reach that, nobody realizes it, but they just want to kind of do a case like, I mean, even I'm showing you this case, my front picture is a case right now. All right, it might look good, but it has not come in one day. Whenever I put a picture on my page, it carries a story to it. It carries a message that it is not just what you see. I mean, this case, they think it can be done in 1 week. But is it possible? Not really. I mean, it might take 6 months of treatment to kind of achieve a result like that. But what you see is before and after. Nobody tells you what happens in between. Nobody tells you how happy the patient was. Nobody tells you if patient is eating your head and holding your collar for the rest of your life. So it's good to be there. And anybody who's not there on social media is not existing these days. So any dentist who is not on social media needs to come on social media. Whether you market yourself, you don't market yourself. Again, as I told, it's all about connections these days. The more you are connected, the more people you know. You never know who's going to come and help you at what point in your life. So be on social media, do good work, be passionate about what you are doing. It might take some time for you to create a post which looks excellent, but I mean, people are creative these days much more than me could ever be. I could ever be. There are so many people who are so creative. It's just about one thing clicking. So be on social media, that has to be there. Be on LinkedIn, be on Instagram, be on, Facebook. I don't know how many people use these days. A lot of people use, but I am not very active on Facebook. But right now I'm really active on my Instagram. I'm very active on my LinkedIn. So LinkedIn is mainly for professional connections and Instagram is mainly for, just to feel good about yourself.
Okay. What's the one that you...
I'll be very frank. I mean, when somebody writes that I am your fan, it feels good, right? I mean,
yes, of course. By the way,
who doesn't like
that? I think it's a human nature.
Yeah,
for the different cultures and different races.
That kind of spoils the younger generation because they are looking for a gratification so soon. I mean, the moment a post is pushed, they would want 100 likes to come in, like. And if it doesn't happen, you feel so bad about it. You feel like I have not done anything. And, I've been talking to social media marketing agencies. There are so many things you can do to get those likes and you will not even have any idea. I mean, there are engagement groups, you can pay money to them. And as soon as you put a post, random 15, 20 people are going to comment on it. Beautiful post, lovely, like all that. And it's all genuine people just to increase your engagement on the post. So it's all an algorithm how things work. The more, whatever I have done till now, I have not spent any money on Instagram except promoting my 1 or 2 posts. But if you have extra money and if you get these kind of people, you can pay just a small amount of money and your page will look like, unimaginable amount of followers, unimaginable amount of people, but then it's an addiction. The moment you stop paying, you'll feel depressed. Because again, you put a post, it won't gather any likes or comments. And then you are used to so much of, information coming in. The moment that stops, your life, you feel your life is ending. And that happens quite a lot these days. It's actually a very thin sword. It can be really bad, but it can really make you learn some good stuff as well.
Yeah, it's just want to speak about a point that you spoke about. It has something I had a personal experience with. You spoke about when you see the pictures of cases of the colleagues. Yes, this thing happens to me. But when I watch the Iraqi dentist group, you see a kind of post that has an excellent result. To be honest with you, it kind of make me feel depressed or become not more confident that I will be able to do the same thing.
Because the moment you see a very good composite filling and the next day you are going to your clinic and you're picking up composite and your hand is shaking and you're not getting that polish, you're not getting any, and in your mind that picture is like eating you. Your result might look good. You might get a very good composite with one single shade of composite, and at human distance nobody can tell that you have done you have done a bad filling. Everything is right. You have followed the textbook protocol. You have done a very good composite. But the picture that you imagine your composite look like is the picture that you have seen last night on your Instagram while you were just scrolling through. Right?
Yes, exactly. It will be like
it happens with everybody. It happens with me. I do a case, and if this case that I'm showing, it was very good, but it could have been much better if I had some more time on it. But unfortunately, I didn't have a lot of time on it. So, that's what it is. So, and especially I would not do I'm doing right now, I shouldn't, but at night you shouldn't do Instagram. You can't sleep most of the nights then.
Yes. Okay.
Thinking about the work that you did in the day.
دكتور ريم عندك بعد سؤال؟
السؤال okay. The next question is what's the positive and negative effect of it and how we can use it in a good way?
So in a good way, I mean, I would really kind of look for people who are posting good content every day, not just pictures before and after, because before and after, I mean, there are people who just pick up pictures, from before and after of somebody else's case. They'll put it on their page. We don't realize it. You are not Googling every picture. Yeah. You're not going to save every picture. Go to Google reverse image search and search whose case is it. You are thinking that that person has done that case, but eventually somebody in the world would have done that case. So my idea would be to follow some genuine people. I mean, who you ask, they respond to you. They kind of help you out in any way possible. It might just be, simple motivation. It might just be finding a mistake in the case that you have done. Whatever it is, there are a lot of genuine people who post like really good content out there. But I mean, I would not just follow like pages like, which show just before and after of their cases, just like random before afters. The full page is like of just before afters. So there is no, personality to that page. It is.
Okay.
Yeah.
You mean it's all about the content?
Yeah,
Okay.
Of course, it's all about the content. I mean, I have 3 pictures in the end, which are at 3 different webinars that I have done for for Abdulla. And on the first, and that's, I'm telling you, this is the first one I had 3,000 followers. The second one, when I had the 4,600, and the third one I'm doing is 6,000. All thanks to Dr. Rayam, Abdulla, everybody has helped me out. And I'm grateful they have given a shout out, and people do give shout outs when I ask for them, but that's how it is. I mean, but if I start putting money into it, if I take somebody's help, then it's gonna grow much more than what it has grown. But the growth is there, right? It might not give me any financial benefits, but it gives me a kick, which I'm happy about. Yeah. So,
okay.
Yeah.
Which one do you prefer? Instagram, Facebook, Snapchat, and why?
I don't use Snapchat. I mean, I'm very quite famous in this part of the world, I feel. I'm not on Snapchat. Instagram I'm using recently. I don't know why, but it kind of feels nice. So yes, I'm using Instagram. Facebook, I have a page which is almost dead. I mean, I hardly do anything on that. And LinkedIn is professional, so I kind of am very active on that. But I don't put any funny stuff on LinkedIn. LinkedIn is not to put like a Facebook picture, and write something about it. It's a purely professional page. The content has to match the page that you are putting on. So Instagram can be anything. Facebook, if your page is only professional, keep it professional. My Instagram page is mixed. I mean, it is not purely professional. Okay, it has got a little of my personal life going on and all that. And plus, I mean, but LinkedIn, yes, LinkedIn you have to be like really good with it. You have to be really updated with it.
Yes, okay. دكتور ريم حاليا عندي شوية سؤال لأن أكو بعض الزملاء يريدون يدخلون.
اوكي ننتقل لأسئلة الزملاء البقية.
Okay, تمام. Okay, so Dr. Ritul, now I have received a request of speaking from our colleague Dr. Hussein Radi. He will have the mic now. Dr. Hussein, تفضل.
Hello, doctor. I just asked about course masters in ortho or prosthodontics. Most common 3 years or 2 years, but we see it 6 months most common in Iraq. Do it have accelerated benefit or achieve benefit? And if it don't have the benefit, so why does many doctors study in it?
Okay, Dr. Ritul, this is a point about Iraq, so I will speak about it for you, so you can understand the question. He's speaking about the continuing educational programs. Doctor is asking, we have in the master degree, for example, for orthodontic, it has 2 or 3 years, but we see courses for 6 months about orthodontic, for example, diploma in orthodontic. He's telling, or doctor is asking, what is the pros and cons of this program above the master degree? Which one will be more benefit or what? What can you say about this?
Again, it's about a skill that you learn over a period of time. Okay, an ortho case on an average takes an year to finish. Okay, year and a half. A good case might take 2 years for you to finish. So imagine a 6 months course, what they are going to teach you. You're not going to probably see even a single case that is finished. That is number one. For prostho, I mean, we spend first year in doing complete denture only. 1 full year on complete denture. In 6 months, they're going to teach you removable prosthodontics, fixed prosthodontics, implants. I mean, it is impossible. These diploma courses, I mean, these 6 months courses and all, you might learn something, but I don't think you can be very confident. I mean, you will learn almost everything, but you won't be very confident in applying them in your clinic. Your hands will still shake as much as probably an undergraduate student would be shaking. So like if you do something 3 years in and out, you eat that, you sleep that, you breathe that, it no way comes close to a 6-month diploma course.
اوكي طبعا وضح الدكتور هذا الموضوع، يقول لك انه خصوصا مثلا بالاورثو، يقول انه الكيس الوحده راح تحتاج ما يقارب السنه للاتمام، فانت بتجربه كورس لمده 6 اشهر بموضوع الاورثو انت ما راح تقدر انه مجرد تشوف نتيجه كيس واحده، فيعني الدكتور ما ينصح بهذا الموضوع. احد ثاني عنده okay, now I have received another request. دكتور علي الجنابي ثواني.
Before we kind of take a request, before I take a request,
okay.
I mean, I think we were having a discussion about my course, I think, on veneers that I do in Dubai. So I
yes,
mean,
yes, of course.
So if anybody wants to join in, I'm in talk with Dr. Abdulla, and we might do something for you guys when you
Doctor,
come down.
Excuse me, just sorry for interrupting because I just want to introduce this point.
Okay,
so
okay,
everyone will be clear. Okay.
Let's just go to the question first.
Sorry?
We can go to the question that was asked.
Okay. Now Dr. Ali Janabi will speak. Dr. Ali, المايك إلك. تفضل.
Hello, doctor. How are you? I am Ali Janabi from Iraq.
Yes, how are you?
I am good. So, doctor, my question about the prosthodontics branch.
دكتور علي تقدر شوي بس تحسن الصوت لأن المايك مالتك ما واضح. الصوت يعني شوية ما واضح.
هسه واضح؟
اي اوضح. اوكي تمام واضح دكتور.
It's clear?
Yes. Dr. Ritul, can you hear the voice of Dr. Ali?
I can hear it. It's a little muffled. So if you understand the question, even if I don't, then you can just repeat it to me.
Okay. I will do that. Okay.
I'll try to get it though. Yeah.
Okay. So, doctor, my question about the prosthodontics. This is a branch. How we can be the professional or good work in this is a branch? So if I want, like, for example, take some diploma I need, or take a master to be like a good work, or also, what should we do to just study, or need a work, or need some professional doctor like a professor or someone to teach me, or what? Can you tell me?
So, Dr. Ritul, the main topic of the question was about prosthodontics.
Yes.
I think Dr. Ali is interested in this branch. He's telling you, what should I do to be what is the path of being a good prosthodontic? Is it about the master? Is it only about the master? If I don't have the chance to have a master degree, what should I do?
If you don't have
about your prosthodontic,
I mean, see, prosthodontists, the main work is to kind of do restorative dentistry. So I mean, as a prosthodontist, I also do a lot of restorative dentistry, even though there are a lot of prosthodontists who will only do like prosto specifically. They don't even do a restoration. They'll be like sending for a restoration to somebody else. But I mean, this is a question. I mean, I would suggest if you can do masters, do it, because it's a tough branch in terms of the amount of divisions that it has. So it has got removable, it has got cast partial dentures, it has got complete dentures. I mean, complete denture itself is a huge topic. So that if you don't do those number of cases on a regular basis, I mean, if you don't know the correct technique of water molding, somebody who teaches you, it becomes very difficult for you to learn on your own. It's like that somebody has to really hold your hand and kind of teach you a little bit so you get better at it. So that's why, I mean, from the beginning, I have been always with masters. I mean, try to get into a master's program. It really helps.
Okay, doctor. So now I think we finished out all the questions that has been asking from the colleagues in the last few days. طبعا زملائنا حاليا ما اعتقد احد بعد عنده سؤال، واللي عنده سؤال او يحب ياخذ المايك يقدر يكتب لنا بالشات. دكتورة تقى تحبين تطرحين السؤال انت بالمايك ولا لا؟ I'm just receiving an Arabic question. Okay, so I'm just asking the doctor. Okay. Doctor, I think Dr. Tuqa is asking about how can we choose the most appropriate specialty for us. I think this is a confusing issue or confusing topic? Is it the one that we love, or maybe it's the one that we will do good in it? As a fresh graduate, what is the parameters?
I will always go for something what you love. I mean, you might just love oral medicine. I mean, you love it. You love. I mean, if you love ortho and you take oral surgery, you will always keep regretting that I didn't do ortho. I mean, I could have done better. You might be doing very good in oral surgery and you might start liking it. But what if you don't like it? So there's always a risk in both. But the risk is beneficial if you choose something what you like. So I mean, you will still invest more effort goes into it. So if you have taken ortho, you like ortho, and in the first month you don't like it, your brain is gonna tell you, dude, you liked it. You know, you're just gonna put a little bit more effort into it, and it'll be fine. But whereas if you like ortho and you have taken oral surgery and in 1 month you don't like it, you are gone. You know, it's a kind of a dead end situation. So choose something what you like. That's what I was telling. Even I'm with dentistry also. I'm telling you. If by chance at the end of 5 years you are realizing that this is not meant for you or you are not meant for it, think of something else. You know, give a month or two. You know, give yourself some time. We are very young, all of us. You guys are very young compared to me as well. Give it time. You know, think about something. There are a lot of things that you can do and really make you happy. So think about that also.
اوكي دكتوره تقى، اختاري الاختصاص اللي تحبيه. باختصار جواب الدكتور كان هذا الموضوع، انه انت من الممكن انه تختارين اختصاص معين تكونين زينه بيه، بس بالنهايه راح تمرين بعراقيل. فمن تختار، هي كلها مجازفه، لكن المجازفه الافضل هي من تختار الاختصاص اللي انت تحبه او تحس نفسك انه انت يعني راغب هذا المجال. Okay, doctor. Now I think we covered the questions. We will be moving to the last topic, which is I would like to speak about your work, especially, which is in the part of education. What kind of education that you present in Dubai, and what topics that you cover? Can you speak for us about that?
Okay, before we kind of go into that, let's see a video of, I mean, this just came yesterday. So I'll just show it to you. I don't know how clear it will be, but I just play it for you. Okay. I mean,
okay, now this is clear one. Yeah. This is in full screen now.
So, I mean, this is just the course kind of what I did last month. Okay. So this is what we did in Dubai. Yeah?
هذا برنامج تدريبي نظمه الدكتور شهر الراح في دبي.
So basically, this is a course that I kind of conduct in Dubai. It's been going since 2019. 2020, we didn't do anything. It's a 2-day course, which kind of includes everything for veneers, right from beginning to the end. And 1 full day of workshop is there in it. So the workshop is all about direct mock-up, indirect mock-up, temporization, veneer prep. How do you make your indexes? How do you judge your preparations and everything? And then a demo of cementation. And the lectures are all from the beginning, like how do you design the smile, the one that we did for you initially. That is the first lecture that I generally do. And then it goes on to till the failure of your veneers. So it's a very comprehensive course, which is done over a period of 2 days. And that's what it is about. I mean, this is what I kind of teach in Dubai. I mean, this is a course that I do quite regularly. And the next one
okay,
look. Yeah.
Yes. Sorry for interrupting. Go on.
No, it's all right. Go ahead.
Okay, so this is the point, because I want to speak. I think you and I discussed the point of what is about to have a course for us. You know that in June we will be a delegation of Iraqi young dentists in EDIC Dubai. So can you speak about what can you provide for us in this educational course or in this learning? What do you think of?
What we can do probably is, I mean, if you guys are interested, we can do 1 full day course, okay, where we might just limit the hands-on. I can give the demo of everything, because if there are more than 15 people, it's very difficult for me to have a hands-on workshop. So if there are 15 people, we can have a 2-day course where we can have the proper workshop done. But if it is like a bigger group, we can do the same lectures that I do, and I'll give the demo of each step. Okay, so if that helps, I mean, you guys need to decide how many people would want to attend that. I mean, cost we can work out. I mean, of course, hosting a conference in Dubai itself is quite expensive for us, because there are a lot of regulations, there are a lot of approvals that we need to take. The hotel booking might be there, and at the time of EDEC, almost all the hotels are generally sold out, because everybody wants to do a course either before or after EDEC. So, I mean, but we can definitely plan. I had a word with my organizer yesterday when I met him, and we could definitely do it. It all depends on how many people would be willing to attend, and how we can work around.
اوكي طبعا بالفتره الاخيره انا ودكتور ريتول كنا نتناقش انه نستغل وقت وجودنا في إيدك دبي، يكون عدد كبير من اطباء الاسنان موجودين. راح ننظم ان شاء الله فعاليه علميه اللي هو كورس علمي خاص بالفينير من البيسك للادفانس. راح يكون مبدئيا ل 50 شخص فقط باشراف الدكتور ريتول ويعني متابعته كامله. هذا راح يكون من البيسك للادفانس وخاص يعني خاص بالخريج الشاب اللي يبدو وياه من مستوى الاندر جراديويت، مستوى انه كبكالوريوس طب اسنان مباشره بعد التخرج. وان شاء الله راح يكون كورس يعني يغطي ماده كافيه. طبعا هاي التفاصيل راح اعلن عنها خلال القناه مالتي وخلال وسائل التواصل الاجتماعي. دكتور ريتول, I just received a message from Dr. Maytham. He is asking, is there a chance for a last question? Dr. Maytham want to ask you?
Yes, please go ahead.
Okay. Dr. Maytham, المايك لك. Okay.
Hi, Doctor. How are you? I hope you are already fine.
Yes. I hope you got something from this lecture. I don't know. It was not very educational lecture. I tried to kind of, motivate everyone. Demotivate.
Doctor, my question is when to refer the operation to the specialist and where we can do it.
I mean, it all depends on when you see, yourself in your heart, right? So I know that I can't do a third molar extraction. Even somewhere I know if I put my hand into it, the tooth will eventually come out. It's not that the tooth will not come out, but it comes out at the cost of more time, more effort, more stress for me, more stress for the patient. I would refer it to the oral surgeon. Why would I do something which I'm not good at? If you're really good at root canals but not good at crowns, I think you should refer it to some. Actually, if you do a poor crown, your root canal is going to fail. So the whole treatment that you have done excellent is going to fail just because you wanted to do something which you are not good at. So keep something a niche for yourself. I mean, I have slowly stopped doing extractions also now. It's a stressful procedure. I mean, I am confident, but the confidence kind of somewhere goes up and down when it comes to extractions. So unless I'm doing an immediate implant, I don't do extractions now. I always refer to an oral surgeon, and that way it kind of makes life easy for both of us. So, I mean, if you have a team like that, it will be better to work in a team. Don't try to do everything because eventually you can't. I mean, there are some people who do everything, but all of it then remains average. So be good at something and then leave some work for other people to do. That even patients appreciate that.
Okay, doctor, I think now we had all the questions. It was a very interesting hour with you, and can't be more thankful for the efforts that you give for us. We are very appreciating that.
Thanks
Thank you so much for that.
You know what I want from you guys. You guys all know that. I don't have to repeat.
Yeah.
The page is right here. Please do follow and give a shout out. I don't want to spend any money on my Instagram, so everybody's going to help me out a little bit. And just give a shout out and do follow me on my page. It will be a big help to me.
Okay, I just wanted to clear that. شباب هذه وسائل التواصل الاجتماعي مع الدكتور الانستغرام. اتمنى انه اذا يعني اذا فادتكم المحاضره او اذا حسيتوا حققتوا فائده علميه من هذا الكورس والقبله انه تتابعون حساب الدكتور. الدكتور ما يحب انه يبذل يعني حسب ما اوضح بروموشن او اموال على الحساب، فنتمنى انه انتم تساعدون في نشر حساب الدكتور اللي يقدم به المحتوى العلمي بشكل مجاني مثل ما تشوفون. صار اكثر من نشاط ويانا يقدمه، فاذا ممكن انه تسوي المتابعه لحساب الدكتور. So thank you so much, doctor. Thank you so much for
anybody has got any questions, they can just drop me a message on this. I'll be more than happy to help them.
اوكي، واللي عنده بعد سؤال او صار عنده تساؤل بداخله يقدر يرسله على حساب الدكتور على الانستغرام، وراح يجاوبكم ان شاء الله. شكرا جزيلا للحضور، وشكرا للشباب اللي يتابعونا، وشكرا جزيلا لكم جميعا. حاليا انتهى لهذا اليوم. شكرا على المتابعه. Thank you, doctor. Thank you.
Yes,
Have a nice
bye.
day.
You too. Bye.
Bye bye.